Learning to help manage your business through seasonal slumps is one of the biggest things that you need to help get over if you're going to have a business that is more sustainable through the year. It's one of the most common things that I'm asked to help with, particularly at this time of year. As a marketing coach, a marketing strategist, I'm currently working with people one-on-one and in my group coaching to talk about how to avoid the seasonal slump. What happens in New Zealand is we all start slowing down around December. Then we kind of go into holiday mode over January, unless of course we've got a business busy in the summer months. And then by February, all of that is starting to hurt and it becomes very quiet and we don't have the bookings and we start freaking out. It's a seasonal slump. So this is the booking thing here, the red lines here, and it's going up and down, which is very common for different people. Yours will look a little bit different, but generally at this time of year, it's quite common to have a seasonal slump. What people get wrong is they panic about it every year, but they don't change their behavior during the year to prevent it. And I'm going to show you what I've done and what I teach my clients. It works really, really well. So I have just launched a group coaching part. Like I've had another group start yesterday. And not only was it full and I had to increase my little normal threshold of 5 new people to 6, but also I had to postpone another 3 people to April who really wanted to start, but I just couldn't fit them in. But also my one-to-one was fully booked. So I walked into Christmas knowing that I was set until April with everything fully booked and sorted, and I didn't have to panic. And it was using this same pattern or same process that I'm teaching you, because we don't want to have a stress. The first thing we need to know is if you have a seasonal slump, you still might have a seasonal slump when it comes to leads. So if I look at this, the marketing, the inquiries, you can see the green one here. You still may have very little inquiries over that January, February, March period, and that is okay. You can still have a business that has a lot of bookings and a lot of success and growth without worrying about it if you have done the marketing right. So don't focus on this idea that if you've got a cycle of like say 30 or 60 days that you have to focus on getting more leads in January. We can't change people's behavior in New Zealand. In New Zealand, people are kind of used to the idea that they're not going to do that stuff over January. So instead of trying to change that mindset, let's get them booked and ready well before they start thinking about the holidays. So what I tell my clients, what I'm going to tell you to do today, is if you're in that seasonal slump today, go to your calendar. Go and book in for August or September and say, I'm going to start working on my marketing for that November, December, January, Feb period to really amp up my marketing during that time, focused on selling into the spaces that I'm going to have available whenever I'm coming back to work after that holiday. So for those people that have children, quite often they're not starting again full on until February. For some of them, like me, I'm empty nester, I start sort of midway through January. So I slowly kind of built myself up because I don't want to work too hard when I first come back from holiday. But you can book those people in and get them ready. Those people, there are people that have a buying persona where they like to buy ahead of advance and know that it's coming up. Get them booked in, secure them with a deposit if you need to, but get them booked in so you know. But you start planning in August and September and start the marketing October, November before December hits, before everyone stops thinking. That's what you do, and plan that now. Book it into your calendar now, and then what will happen is you can see this yellow sort of thing around the bookings and inquiries. You will actually end up getting a lot of sales in the November, December period, but it's to get those sales and bookings for the January, February. So we're using our marketing earlier on, really ramping up. When lots of other people are pulling back, we're ramping up, we're really pushing for it. Not panicking over December. We want to be like tapering off, actually almost, this graph is probably not accurate. We're going to be taking off a little bit like halfway through December or even beginning of December. We're ramping up in that October and November period to get those forward bookings planned. And that's going to take that pressure off. The other thing is, if you do know that you've got a seasonal business, budget for it. You've got bigger months. So learn to put some money aside in the big months for the other times if you're not. But this here works for service-based businesses. Book the calendar time, pop it in, ramp up your time, get those bookings in, and then you can have a proper holiday and not be panicking about the fact that it's going to really hurt you when it comes to February next year. Hope that helps.